Hey everybody, quick note from me, Daniel Goodman. We forgot to mention this in the podcast, but Adam is not in this episode of the podcast because we recorded it on site at Slow and Steady, so he was not able to come to that competition, which is why he's not in this episode. So just wanted to clear that up. Hello and welcome back to the 8th episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm your host for this episode, Daniel Goodman, or DG Cubes.
I'm Avocado, or #Cuber.
I'm Allison Lee, or the Programming Cuber.
And today, joining us, we have our guest, Pavan Ravindra.
Hi, I'm Pavan.
So this episode is a little different than normal because we're actually all in the same place right now. So if we get really angry at each other, we can punch each other.
Let's try not to do that.
Yeah,
Also,
we won't do that.
Also, this makes it a lot easier on the editor because the editor can just cut stuff instead of syncing and then cutting things individually.
So we're gonna start off this episode with some questions left by our listeners in the last episode for Pavan and for all of us. So the first question comes from ElectroCuber ZZ, who said, to everyone, do you think that the WCA will have to add several other events to compensate for the oversaturated events such as 3x3? And if so, name the top 3 events you would like to be added. So, who wants to start that? Pavan, you can.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure if we would add more events. I think the WCA, if anything, is trying to cut down on events, especially after they cut feet from nationals, or U.S. nationals at least. But I don't think they're going to be adding any events, and I don't see how the saturation of an event like 3x3 would impact the addition of new events, but yeah.
I kind of think, personally, I always take the standpoint that we should be adding as many events as possible, because I think it makes competitive cubing a lot more interesting because there are more chances to get world records and all that sort of stuff. And even if they can't do every event at nationals or something like that, I always think it would be kind of cool to have more events because there are people who do mirror blocks at home unofficially, like that one guy who does it sub 10.
It's ridiculous.
That's kind of crazy.
Blindfolded and all that.
Yeah, those events, there are people who are really into them, but they'll never really get the recognition of having a world record, even if they really deserve one, if they don't add it as an event. So I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool if they did add more events. And he asked the top 3 if we thought so. So I would probably say mirror blocks, maybe team blind. It's hard to regulate.
Team blind is really hard to regulate.
I think wanting to add, I would want team blind added, but I don't see that happening at all.
I don't see it happening, but team blind and maybe Fisher cube. That would be cool.
What's a Fisher cube?
What?
Wait, I only know 3x3. I'm sorry. I have trouble with 7x7.
It's the one. Did you see Lucas speed solving on
Oh, he told me about that. He broke UWR after
And then he was racing with the fast mirror blocks guy. Or he's fast at every shape mod. But
possible title, what's Fisher cube?
What's Fisher cube?
Okay.
Isn't that the most famous
it's
3x3 shape mod?
Yeah, I think it is.
My bad.
That or the mirror blocks.
It's okay. So you can ask the next question, I guess.
So do you from Cameron McKee, do you ever get nervous when you record?
I'm so nervous right now.
Yeah, I know. This is a lot of pressure here.
No, I don't really get that nervous.
Wait, when we record our YouTube video?
Yeah, because I can always edit it out,
Yeah.
If I'm recording with somebody else and I have to trust them to edit out stupid things I say, then that's kind of scary.
It's a little bit
I thought they meant record solves in a competition.
Oh.
Does it make you more nervous to have a camera on?
Competition, but I don't get nervous more so because there's a camera on.
Yeah,
me neither.
I just get nervous in competition in general.
Yeah, because if you don't like what you record, you can always not upload it. You're under no obligation. You don't have to upload everything you record.
Yeah. Pavan, do you get nervous when other people record you?
In competition, I'm already nervous in competition, but I don't get more nervous when other people record me.
Yeah, I don't either. I get, it's not that I get nervous, I just get kind of annoyed when before I start to solve, people are talking to me and stuff, immediately before I start. Yesterday during Pyraminx, I was so stressed out because, it's Pyraminx and that's my main event. And there were people who were saying I don't know, they were trying to talk to me while I was taking deep breaths while I was inspecting and everything.
Yeah, I felt really bad because I was watching Derpy do 2x2 and there was these kids who were I think the solve before he kind of failed, like where he was, I don't know, he did something weird. So in the next solve, there's like a kid who goes, do better or something, and I was like, oh my god, that's so bad. I feel so bad.
I don't know, like,
that's
do
terrible.
they think that's legitimate advice? Like, I wasn't planning on doing better, but now that you told me to do better, sure, I'll do better. I don't know what they expect.
It was like I actually felt really bad for him because it looked like he was getting distracted by that.
Yeah, it's kind of stressful, but like,
But that's not.
Other events I don't really care. It's just Pyraminx when I'm already freaking out when people are trying to talk to me, then it gets stressful. But yeah, okay. So the next question comes from, how do you pronounce this? Wolf2L, or do I say Wool F2L?
Yeah, I think it's Wolf2L.
Wolf2L. To all, do you think +2s should be modified? And then in parentheses, he said taken out, +3, etc.
I know there's been like talk about changing +2s depending on the event, because like a +2 on 7x7 versus like a +2 on 2x2. Like, it's a lot more significant on 2x2.
Yeah. I don't know. But like,
I think it'd be really complicated, especially because many of the judges are like volunteer judges. Like,
Like, they already can't tell what like a normal +2 is.
Yeah, and then if you have like all these different rules, like 3x3, a reasonable +2 time would be like, what, like +0.5, +7 or something? I don't know, but like that would be so bizarre.
+1, I don't know. I mean, see, the thing is, it also sort of depends on your skill level.
Yeah.
Because if you're averaging a minute on 3x3 versus somebody who's averaging 5 seconds, like nobody, 6 seconds, whatever, 7.
Averaging
then,
5 seconds.
You know, like +1 to a 7-second solver like Felix, that's gonna, you know, that'll kill him. But like +1 to a minute solver isn't gonna do anything. So.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody cares, not to be harsh or anything, but like for a 3x3 solver who's averaging a minute, I don't think they care so much about their speed. Like a +2's like, they're probably just like, oh, whatever, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they need to change it. It's fine how it is. Although
it's too weird to change it.
I think they should tell the judges what +2s are before comps.
Please do that.
Like on one of my Pyra solves, it was pretty obviously solved, and the judge picked it up and he was like, I don't know if this is good. So.
I also heard talks a while ago about making M slices +2s.
Ooh, I don't think we should do that though. Because like, what about FNC?
That was one of the major implications that people were worried about. But like people were saying like it unfairly favors CFOP and ZZ users because RU users have to use M slices for their last step. But I mean, at the same time, you shouldn't be a move off. I think in general they should ignore methods completely when making decisions like that. Because like, you know, people can use anything. Someday maybe RU will just not exist. Nobody will use it because there'll be something better. I don't know. You never know.
+2 should be DNFs because technically it's not solved.
That's true. I don't know.
I heard that the reason that they started +2s was to make sure that, like, if as they were putting it down, the cube got slightly misaligned, they didn't want somebody to complain. But I don't know. I think it's
fair.
+2s are fair.
Yeah.
And also to like add it now, like all the past results that were +2s should technically be DNF too. So it'd be kind of cool.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Big Bear Gaming asks for Pavan, what went through your head when you saw the scramble for your 5.58, and what went through your head after the solve?
So after the solve, I didn't really form any coherent thoughts. I was kind of just like going crazy after I got it. But before, it was my 4th solve. I remember that. And I bombed my first 3 solves completely. I got second to last in the entire round.
Oh, man.
Nathan Dwyer was the only person who did slower than me, but I don't know, he's a weird guy. I don't know exactly what he was doing. But I saw my first pair, I know that, and at the time that wasn't normal. But it wasn't like super good. It was just like 1 3-move insert isn't that big of a deal. I think the last layer is what really helped the time more so than the F2L.
That, like when I watched that video, seeing you do that U-perm, like you just, it's like, if you had locked up on that or anything, it would have been so much worse, but like the U-perm execution was pretty good. Yeah, it was GJ.
Alright, same person, also for Pavan. Do you have any specific way of practicing OH outside of just doing solves?
Nowadays, I just do normal one-handed solves, but I know when I was starting, I used to do like a lot of U-perms, just like as I was like walking through the hallways in school, and I would do like a lot of 2-gen scrambles. I remember that was something that I did a lot, but besides that, just straight up solving.
This is like sort of a side question. Do you bring cubes to school a lot?
I used to because I go to River Hill High School, and a lot of cubers have come out of River Hill. Keaton Ellis, Andy Huang, Tanzer Balamtosh, Felix Lee, Ajay Mysore. Actually, nobody knows who Ajay is, but whatever. So I remember after school, almost every day, we'd go to McDonald's, and back then I used to bring my cubes every day. But nowadays I try to not like hide my cubing, but I don't advertise it. Yeah, I just don't like people commenting on it all the time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's like so awkward.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. So the next question, this person asked 4 questions. So then they said, how much of ZBLL do you know, and how much are you planning to learn?
Okay, nobody quote me on this, but I'm trying to learn all of ZBLL. This is probably not going to happen. I know quite a bit, actually, just from I know about at least 2 for each COLL, and I know some 2GLL subsets, so not much, maybe 100 algs or so ZBLL, 150, something like that. But yeah, I plan on learning full ZBLL sometime soon.
All right.
That sort of answers the next question too. So.
Oh yeah, how many Alex and Alex sets do you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I know winner variation and some subsets of VLS, not many though, but those are the only other algs I know.
All right.
Alright.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it worth learning winter variation and ZBLL? How is that even going to be useful?
Yeah, no.
That's true.
Okay, so well, I mean, actually, I guess RU prime insert, the other three insert,
yeah.
but that you shouldn't be relying on that. From a lot of practicing winter variation, I've realized that it's not don't go with winter variation. There's sexy insert. That's the only good winter variation. But besides that, don't waste your time with winter variation. Do COLL, ZBLL. That's much far better than winter variation will ever be.
Mm-hmm. I use
Alright.
winter variation in ZBLL.
Wait, what the?
Okay. So then the next question from Yoshimura Roy Lee. Has he been in every podcast?
I think
far?
so. I think so.
Pretty sure he has
Yeah.
been. I didn't actually even notice that was him. I just picked that comment because it was good. Who do you consider a legend in cubing?
Just in general to everybody?
Yeah, just everybody.
Uh,
Felix?
yeah, Felix.
Felix.
I mean,
Yu Nakajima?
yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I forgot the guy's name.
I mean, are we talking speed cubing or methods wise or
Oh,
something?
methods. Well, we should actually include that too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Gilles Roux, obviously. I think Roux is the next
Yeah.
big thing. I think it'll
Really?
pass CFOP, yeah.
Really?
It's definitely better than CFOP is, but people are too scared to try something new.
Huh. I would say ZZ, honestly. I
No,
don't
ZZ's
know.
garbage. Don't
Really?
ever, yeah.
Really?
Even Phil Yu, who's the ZZ pioneer,
Yeah.
he admits that it's garbage.
Huh.
Even for one-handed,
Yeah.
he thinks, he's maybe it's as fast as CFOP. There's no way. Don't learn Roux, people. Or ZZ. Learn Roux.
Right, learn
Don't
Roux.
do Roux,
Learn
do
Roux.
I saw
Don't
this
learn ZZ.
one method. I think it was Chris Tran who proposed it, but I'm not sure. It was on speed solving very recently. It's like a one look last layer sort of thing, or not one look. It's a last layer skip method, which
CTLS. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that what? I don't know. Yeah.
Chris Tran last thought.
Actually, it seems pretty cool.
It's
If that
really cool.
becomes a thing, that would be so awesome. It's then you can be me, myself, and Pi on every solve. Every solve.
I mean, the thing about it is, I don't think it's very speed efficient because if you guys know what hacking is on Scube, nobody does that anymore, but people used to do that.
Scube?
Yeah, it's you do setup moves. I'm not a Scube expert, so I might be a little bit off on my definition, but you do setup moves to set up easy cases. So you do, you might do a last layer alg to solve your first layer so that you can predict your last layer. I'm not really good at explaining it. But you would solve your first layer by doing a last layer alg so that you can intentionally set up an easier last layer case. But nobody does it anymore because it's really inefficient, and we've devised better methods. But basically what he would do is, Chris Tran, on his last slot, he would hide the pair and then do a ZBLL on the remaining piece. It's really dumb. It's not going to be, there's no way it's going to become speed efficient.
It seems like a cool thing, though. I don't know. I honestly
really cool.
all the methods I've seen on speed solving. A lot of times I just go on speed solving and look at the some things where they propose methods and everything. They all seem really cool, and I really want to learn them, and then I just never do. But I don't know. They just there are so many I've seen. One is shadow slice snow columns.
I saw
or
that one.
something.
I saw that
That
one.
one's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Showing
right?
us some of them.
Yeah. I got really into that for one day, and then I forgot how it works. So
But some of those speed solving threads are just naming methods that already
Yeah,
exist.
it's
They're just build a cross, solve 4 F2L pairs, do OLL, do PLL. That's just CFOP. Don't act like it's a new method.
no, it's DG CFOP. No, I made up DGL.
Oh yeah, DGL.
What's that?
It's so you know those pesky AUFs?
Okay.
Okay, so I came up with some cool methods to solve them. It's T perm, Y perm, Z perm, and then it's solved or something. I don't really remember.
That's dumb.
No, No,
I do that
it's-
on 2x2 sometimes. Like if you do there's some stuff you can do to like not have to do U2s. But
No.
like the algs are longer than U2, so there's no reason to do.
No, but like the point is like for DGLL, it's like when you actually get to AUF, when you're already there, so you're
Oh my
U2 away.
god!
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
No,
doing
no.
a different PLL alg, so you don't have to do
No,
it.
like instead of a U2, you can do like
Oh,
T perm, Y perm,
God.
Z perm or something. It works really well. I use it all
Yeah,
the time.
so good.
And then you just finish it off with a U2. Okay.
Okay. This next question is actually pretty interesting. I guess it could spark a discussion. So
Yeah.
from Ghost Cuber, you guys talked about accepting hate, but I had a channel spam every one of my videos with hate comments. Was it a good decision to block them?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, like, okay, the thing is, if you have a YouTube channel, you do kind of have to accept that, because, like, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
But you also have to learn how to deal with it, and sometimes if people are just being really annoying, you have to block them.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I've done it before.
Like, sometimes you'll have hate where it's like a couple comments, but if they're spamming every one of your videos, that's like clogging your comment section.
Yeah.
Like, then at that point, obviously they don't like your channel. Why are they still there? Like, they don't have to be, they don't have to see you anymore. You can just block them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, sometimes I come home from school and I check my inbox to see what comments I've gotten, and then, like, I have maybe, like, comments on 10 different videos, and I go through all of them, and then it's like, one guy says, I hate you. On the next video, it's like, I hate your guts. On the next video, it's like, you're annoying. On the next video, it's like, stop uploading, go die. And then it's like, okay.
Jeez, that's so harsh.
I had someone, wait, what was it? It was like, someone called me like a toilet or something.
Oh,
it was like, you're a toilet. I was like, okay, what?
I don't even know what that means.
What does it mean to be a toilet? Like,
I actually remember that very well.
yeah, no, it was like a funny list of comments, and I was like, wow, this is really great.
Yeah, I love hate comments. They're so amusing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, some of them are really amusing.
Sometimes, the only reason I don't block people sometimes is because it's just so much fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. And sometimes, like, if you reply to them seriously, then they'll reply, like, they'll just keep going, and it's just like,
Yeah, like encourages them. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's fun? I have one video where I solved a pyraminx blindfolded, but it looks like there's a gap in the blindfold. Like there was,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I closed my eyes under the
Yeah,
blindfold
no, most
anyway.
people close their
Yeah.
eyes under the blindfold.
So like, but that video for some reason it got a decent amount of views for like one of my videos, and all the comments now are from non-cubers who are like, you were peeking. And I don't know, it's so annoying because I put a big explanation in the description about how I wasn't, so I just replied description. There was one guy who kept replying. He was like, stop saying that. And then I just said description. And he was like, don't
yeah.
say that word. And I said it again. It was just so much fun. So there was a suggestion from somebody.
oh, it's Channing Cubes 1.
Okay. So
Oh, no, Channing Cubes.
Oh,
One, it
one
said
week
one,
ago.
1 week ago. I didn't notice that. Channing Cubes. There you go.
Channing Cubes 1 week ago said, he gave us the suggestion of real talk cubing. And he said, talk about something that you might not like in cubing or that others usually like, or another controversial topic. So, which I kind of like. And so I think one of the topics that I came up with that we could talk about on here, I'm not sure how long this conversation is going to last, but whatever, we'll see how this goes, was the influx of new 3x3s. Because a lot of people have been making videos on this, like JR Cuber did, right?
Yeah,
LT Cuber.
LT Cuber
They did
made it,
videos
yeah.
on that, talking about like if they think there should be more new 3x3s, or if companies should focus on other events. So I'll let one of you guys start, whoever has a good idea.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's every company. I think we're focusing mostly on MoU here. I mean, we're not
GANs.
I mean, they don't really make
Yeah,
No, Gans, okay,
Gans
Gans
is-
is
Gans is
garbage. Like,
only
they're being
3x3s
carried so
though.
hard by Felix. Like, if Felix
Yeah,
didn't use the Gans cube,
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
would buy
That's
it.
pretty true.
That's-
True.
Yeah.
Wait, but when was the last time Moyu released a 3x3?
Waylong GTS a couple.
That was like in
Oh.
April.
Well, that was a couple months ago. Wait.
That was April
No,
or
no,
May.
no, that was pretty recent.
It
Wait,
was
but before
recent,
that, they
like-
haven't released, I guess,
How
the
long
Waylon, or the
GT?
Alon
Yeah, but I
GT.
guess it wasn't technically
Long.
MoU. It was their
Like,
branches.
there's
They
some-
keep
it's
making
the same
branches,
thing.
and then
Well,
they
one
keep
UAC,
making
yeah.
It's still the
Yeah.
same thing.
UAC.
they
It's,
keep making things.
it's
Yeah.
just if they have a new designer, they just give it a new subreddit. That's really popular in China with
Yeah.
the privatized government
Yeah.
subsidiary companies.
And also everything with like making different versions of cubes, like different colors and everything. Like that's, like how, when was the last time OU did that? But like they did one, I think, with the Along GT and everything. They did it in like 10 different colors.
I don't know why. Like nobody, like
they're
teal
doing-
cubes. Who buys teal cubes?
Oh, don't say that around the house.
Who buy teal cubes?
Don't
What are you gonna do with the
I
teal
have-
cube?
I have a 2 through 5 teal.
Why? What do you do with them? Do you
Because they're
sell them?
cool.
One of them
was my
she
main
bought
for a
the
bit.
teal Mayu just because it was teal. She didn't even want a Mayu.
Maybe
No, actually-
is that the 4x4?
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
It was really bad. It's still there though.
Yeah, no, like they make so many different colors now. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna buy a brown
Brown
3
cube.
by
I know,
Okay,
right?
yeah, some of them are like
Be careful. I'm brown. All right. Brown power.
Remember when the Cubicle brought like brown Tanglongs instead of black?
Wait,
At
what did they do?
Manhasset.
They did?
Yeah.
Wait.
yeah.
Manhasset brought-
Instead of black, I thought they brought
Yeah, they
both.
didn't. No, they didn't bring black.
Oh.
They,
Was
like,
it an accident or
yeah,
was
it was an
Okay.
accident.
All right.
They
Because
just
that would have been a
bought
really
bunch of
bad
brown-
business move if that was on purpose.
Do you want okay? So do you
Brown
want a bad
Tanglongs.
cube and do you want it in brown?
Hey, Tanglong is not that bad.
It's not that good though.
I mean,
it's
people
not-
use it for feet, and then
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
use
I
it for
mean,
She likes
that's
it.
because it's bad.
Yeah.
They don't want to use any of their good cubes.
No,
for
actually,
feet.
it is good for feet. I'm gonna be honest.
Why?
It's my feet main
Is
because
it
like
because it's
it's
slow?
slow. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean,
Although
April
it
likes
has pops on me before with feet.
Oh.
Oh,
But I think I've gotten it back together. I think.
with your feet.
Yeah.
With your feet? Oh my god.
Dang.
I know I've corner twisted it back with my feet.
I've never done feet. Actually,
No, you did.
We
You did.
Yeah, I did feet
Yeah.
that one time.
You did.
Oh, goodness.
We were in a
What was
Skype
it? It
call
was
one
like
time,
6
and I was
minutes,
doing
right?
feet. I thought it was 7. I don't
7?
know.
Maybe I don't remember.
Um,
That was
yeah, we
so
were doing
dumb.
feet.
I don't know why. I did
And I was
that.
like, "Hey, Pavan, you should try feet." And then he did. Oh yeah, and I did a 4x4 with feet at the same time.
yes, yes.
I was like a couple seconds off stack mat.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
That's so
I remember this.
frustrating.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think Derby did a 4x4 with feet on
Did
like
he?
a live stream. No, was it a call or a live stream? I don't remember, but he did a 4x4 with feet at one point too. And we're like, "What are you doing?"
How about an 8x8 with feet?
Oh God, hey, we should use Ava's 8x8.
No, Josh did a 7 with feet. No, he did 2 through 7.
FMC.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
FMC. Did you see that video he did?
Did he write down the solution with his feet?
Yeah.
Oh
He did
my
14
God.
events with feet. It was everything but the blind events. So like OH, he did 1 foot. It was so crazy.
1 foot.
It took him like 3 hours.
How do you even turn the cube with 1 foot?
I don't know.
Oh, I did that once though for a challenge. It was like stupid.
Oh.
You like use your toes and like grab the layers.
'cause I was
like
on the
this.
carpet, so I got to like
Oh.
latch it in the carpet a little bit and then like turn it. It was terrible though.
I saw this video the other day. Like there was like a one of those cube simulators on. It was on the iPad, and this guy was like, it was cube with nose. Like he would turn the cube with his nose.
Oh, I think
it
I
was
saw
it was
that.
pretty fast.
No, but
too.
I think it's because he has like what was it? It was some like disorder or something where he can't use his hands, so
I
he
think-
had to use
I
his
think
nose.
he hit start with his hand too.
Oh, then you saw somebody different.
Yeah,
because
no,
I know
that guy got it like 21 seconds. That's really impressive. I don't
Yeah.
even know how
His
you would
nose-
see this.
I know there was somebody.
It was
Yeah.
furious. It was like
Yeah,
going at
there
it.
was somebody who has some disease. I forgot what it was, but yeah, he can't do it with his hands, so he uses his nose. But on like an iPad.
I think we're getting a little off topic.
Wait, what was the question?
Oh yeah, should there
it
be
was-
more 3?
Okay, it was a good discussion about feet.
Should there be more 3x3 solving with nose?
Title off. Yeah. So about the 3x3s, it's like Moyu and all their branches
Yeah,
and stuff
so-
that just keep getting. They just keep making more and more 3x3s. Well, what's their next 3x3 coming out? I think they have another.
They have
one.
another one.
Probably.
Probably.
I don't-
Oh, isn't there like a Juan something?
They-
Yeah, they have like
Yeah.
another branch coming. I think.
Oh, they have a new brand.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
think they
Juan
publicly. I
something.
don't think they publicly announced any cubes though.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, no,
I
there
don't
is.
know.
They did announce some.
They did
other
announce,
sub-brands,
like, a-
Huang Shuang. No.
Yeah. I don't know if that was. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know the Volk, isn't that? That's
Yeah,
on
yeah,
their
the
Chi.
Volk.
that's
on their
Mopanche,
Chi.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
There's another sub brand that might be a thing. There's this thread on Speed Solving that's really cool actually. This guy Scion on Speed Solving, he started making he designed a cube like on paper, and now like all these people are helping him like 3D print the first like prototypes, and he might be working with Chi on it, and he might if so he might be getting his own sub brands called S0. So that's a thing, and it's gonna be called like the S0 Tempest, I think, or is it like
Tempest. That
Quasar?
sounds
Oh, yeah, you
no,
know-
I voted for Quasar, but he chose Tempest.
Quasar.
Yeah.
What's Quasar?
It's like a space thing.
Oh, okay.
It sounds cool.
It does sound cool. No, we were talking about like the Yushin stuff, how there's like a Yushin fire, and then now there's a Yushin water, and we're like next will be
Wait,
the
really?
Yushin
Wait,
air.
there is a Yushin water?
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it the Yushin
Water.
Lube
Yeah,
it with
water.
water.
The four kingdoms used to live together in harmony until the Fire Nation attacked.
So like fire, water, and there's gonna be air one, and there'll be an Yushin Earth.
Yushin Earth, and then they can go off on a tangent and be like Yushin Mars, Yushin Jupiter.
Yeah.
Okay. What
yeah.
about, wait, this is also another random off-topic thing. What do you think about their naming of their 4x4 and 6x6 as red and blue?
I can't remember which color
I
is
can't
which
either.
anymore.
I thought we were playing like Pokemon games or something like Red and Blue
Yeah,
back in like
that's true.
1997 or something.
Yeah, Yushin Yellow, Yushin
cubes are
Sun and Moon.
solid.
I actually don't remember the name. I think blue is the 4x4.
It is? Okay.
I
I don't care. I just call it the Yushins because they only have one of
Yeah,
each.
that's,
Yeah,
well, they
yeah.
have multiple 4x4s though.
The new
have two.
Yushin
They have
4x4.
like many. They have
Oh.
they have the first one, then they have the lion.
Oh
And then they
yeah.
have
yeah.
like yeah.
So just be like the Yushin colored 4x4.
Does one of them not have colors on it? What?
No,
Oh,
like-
you mean like,
Like
as in the name?
name.
Okay, all right.
The Yushin some color 4x4.
the Yushin, yeah, how are you supposed to remember that? I don't know.
The Yushin big cubes are really solid though. Like the
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
5x5 is really good. I've tried
Yeah.
the 6x6 only a little. All right, so anyway, back to 3x3s.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So
we
do you
should
think they
state our
should stop?
opinions. Yeah.
Or
What do you think?
slow down?
I get all my cubes for free, so I don't care. I get my cubes from the cubicle.us. Check them out. Make sure you subscribe to my. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna self-plug or anything.
Subscribe to Amris.
Yes, actually though, I have like 10 subs. I need more subs. Sub to me.
Professional YouTuber.
Professional YouTuber, top quality videos.
You're gonna be the next Chris Olsen.
Yes, recorded
Yes.
with my laptop camera.
You're gonna be the next Keaton Ellis.
Yes,
Yes,
actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do those high quality streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so like if you didn't get your cubes for free, if you had to buy them, what do you think? Do you think they should be, or well, actually that doesn't really affect it. Do you think they should be making more 3x3s or more other cubes like Squan and 6x6 and Clock and all that stuff? What do you think they should be doing?
So the thing about, I think from a commercial perspective, it's obviously better to make 3x3s because everybody does 3x3. But from a speed cubing community perspective, I would say focus more on other cubes because like with the Chi Square One, like as soon as that was made, world record was like shattered. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's definitely the companies could be making a decent amount of money even off of those. But
And then like from the world records they get publicity.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
they'd be making more money from that. Like Brandon Lin like everybody bought the Chi Square. I bought a Chi Square One even before I knew how to solve the Square One.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think companies should focus more on other events because, like, first of all, like, when they're making so many 3x3s, they also want to stock their old ones too because, you know, like, Moyu, people still use the Aolong V2 and, like, people still use the Weilong and, like, you know, the first
Yeah.
Weilong and all that stuff. So they're probably still making those and they're making new cubes too. So,
Yeah.
like, they have to just make more molds and everything. Like, it costs a lot to do that and they're just oversaturating the market with 3x3s. So, like, I don't know. They already have enough 3x3s out there for, like, non-cubers to be interested if that's their market at all. Like, you know, if a non-cuber searches for
I
a
never
speed
seen
cube.
a Moyu puzzle like sold in a store.
Yeah.
I have.
Wait, you have?
I've
What?
seen YJ cubes. Sulong's
Oh.
at there's a toy store in my area that sells
Oh.
speed cubes and
Yeah,
other
no, those
stuff.
YJ main branch cubes are pretty cheap. Like
Yeah.
the Sulong, Qilong.
Yeah.
Except they're like super expensive at the store. It's like $10. And it's like for a YJ cube, that's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
expensive.
Cubicle sells
Yeah.
them for like $8, so I think that's pretty.
I mean, yeah, they're
big
pretty
markup.
cheap.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they have enough 3x3s, so like if
Yeah,
they
they
really
definitely
want
do.
like especially like with Square One, Chi made a great decision because when they made the Square One, that was the only good one out there, so everyone went and bought it. And then like Square One
Yeah.
actually got bigger because of that. So
yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
made it a big event. Like, you know, I don't
Yeah.
know if I doubt Slow and Steady would have Square One if
No,
Chi
we would. Tommy is
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
only
Fair
reason we
enough,
have
fair
Square One.
Okay, but like other comps around here.
Yeah, that's
it's
true,
getting
that's
huge.
true.
It's
Yeah,
getting huge. Like before Chi, the last comp I was at with Square One was probably like Princeton 2014.
Yeah.
In like February of 2014. That's like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Actually, it
Other
was
than
Nats.
Nats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
forget that. They have
Yeah,
everything.
Nats
Yeah,
doesn't count.
except feet.
Yeah, it's like, I heard Antoine Canton was like really upset about that. Like he's organizing a competition the night before, like on a Thursday night, that
Yeah.
has just feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
He was.
I would
really-
actually like to go
He
to
was
that.
really, really upset about that. And Rami was like mildly salty. I don't know.
If I was
Mild
going to Nats, I would be pretty upset about that, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
what do you
so-
think about 3x3s?
Yeah, I
and all
mean,
that?
I would pretty much agree with that. I don't think they should keep making 3x3s because they all have like before it was like, oh, they all have different feelings and things, but now they're like running out of feelings too. They're gonna start feeling the same too. So like after that, then they actually have nowhere to go. Like
They're running out of feelings.
they're running out of feelings.
Title.
That's
a good
That's
title.
actually really good. I like that.
They're running out of feelings.
That's really good.
Just, I mean, they ran out of improvement for performance. It's at the top.
Let's
They're gonna
go.
run out
Yeah.
of different ways to make it feel. I mean, next it's gonna feel like it has sand in it or something. And then it's gonna be like the
Mitch
Mitch
Long.
Mitch
Yeah,
the
Mitch
Mitch
Long. The Mitch
I
Long.
like that. The Mitch Long.
I think I didn't make that up. I forget where I heard it though.
It sounds
Or,
kinda
like the next
sexual,
one's gonna feel like ball bearings or
The
something.
Mitch Long or something like that. I don't know. That's gonna get memed so hard. I can guarantee it.
Like they should make one that's like smooth, crunchy, fast. That's a new feeling. Like no, like the feelings are just getting
Smooth,
themselves.
crunchy.
Yeah, no, like that's what they're gonna start doing. They're just gonna start merging them and like making
How can
hybrids.
something be smooth and crunchy?
Yeah.
No, you
I
turn it
don't know.
slowly and it's smooth. You turn it quickly and it starts getting crunchy.
But when are you gonna turn to keep slowly though?
I don't know.
That's what they're gonna do though. That's how they'll market them. They'll do like every permutation of feeling possible.
Yeah, you do a T permit, it feels crunchy, but then
So
you do a
it'll-
J
You
permit.
do a J permit it's magically smooth.
There's
yeah.
one that's no. They have one that's like slow and super fast, depending on how you turn it. That'd be so bad. Yeah, they're running out of feelings.
They are running out of
They are.
feelings. I mean, they've got like the crunchy, crisp GTS, and they have like the just straight crunchy, like May. Well, that's Tony's design, but it's like the same thing.
Yeah,
And they have like
So-
the super smooth ones, like the Tanglong or something.
Tanglong's not that good.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
It's good in
slower.
competition.
Why?
True. True.
Because like it's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Like it's controllable.
All right. So I guess we all sort of like agree that there are enough 3x3s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like they could make them
I don't
slightly.
think it should stop.
Yeah,
Like,
don't,
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
stop.
They shouldn't completely
like, yeah.
stop, but you know, they're not gonna make.
Don't
any
have like
huge
30
innovations.
designers working on 3x3s. Like have some of them.
Okay, this is I guess like a theoretical or a hypothetical situation. So if they could keep the number of 3x3s coming out if they could keep that the same and then just increase the number of other puzzles, would you guys be okay with that?
Yeah.
Or do you
Yeah.
think they should
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
back?
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
yeah, I would be
They
cool
don't-
with that.
yeah.
But
Because
like,
I know like some people were complaining like, oh, we feel obligated to buy every 3x3.
That's
but,
ridiculous.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want to buy a cube, buy a cube. If you don't,
Yeah.
then don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what I recommend for that is like watch reviews, or if you have the opportunity to go to competitions and feel the cubes, because there's gonna be somebody who
Yeah.
has them, or the store that's there, and then like just figure out which one you like and then buy that one or two if you can't decide, like, whatever. But I think the only thing with releasing so many 3x3s, for somebody just coming into it, it gets confusing.
And very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, when I was new, the biggest cube was the Zanchi. So like I came in at the end of the Zanchi era. So like I saw the Shuangran when that came out, and that was like
Yeah.
then from there I got like introduced to each cube slowly as they came out. So I was like, oh, the Shuangran feels like this, the Wei Long feels like this. But somebody new coming in, they have to learn every single
Yeah,
cube and how it
that's-
feels, and it's just
I was pretty much right at the Zanchi and the end of the Zanchi
Yeah,
too.
same.
And then I ended up with the illusion shrine. We were like
Yeah.
we had the same cube
Oh yeah.
during Princeton.
I remember back when people would complain about how the Wei Long was too fast, and now it's like regarded as one
It's
of the
so
slower.
slow.
cubes.
Yeah, it's what, yeah.
It's pretty
I
funny
don't
thinking about
remember
it.
that, huh?
No,
I
yeah,
don't know.
I think people were complaining about its speed, but
Huh. I don't
it's actually
remember
pretty
that.
slow considering.
But like now that I think about it, it makes a ton of sense why when you look on speed solving, there are so many people who are like, "What cube do I get?"
Yeah.
Because there's so many
Yeah.
and they don't know. They're like,
And like
mean,
coming
you
into
really
it,
can't
it seems
blame them.
obvious that there probably would be a best one. There's so many, so there's probably a really good one that's the best. But,
But there really isn't.
Just
There's
isn't.
like
yeah,
there's like 5 cubes that can be considered the top.
yeah,
But they
more
all-
than 5.
yeah, way more than five.
More than 5. It's all personal preference.
Yeah. So that was our first attempt of this new segment called what's it called? Real Talk Cubing. Thanks to insert the name for
we said it earlier.
Yeah.
I think it was Channing cubes.
That's right, Channing Cubes
Yeah,
1 week
Channing
ago
Cubes.
for giving us that suggestion. It was pretty fun. We might try that again in the future episodes. Let us know what you thought of that in the comments below. But now we're going to move on to a really fun segment called Cubing in the News. Now, if you haven't seen any of our podcasts before or listened to, that's a problem, so go do that. But what we do is pretty much we find really bad cubing-related articles, and we read them because they're really bad. So
Yeah.
I guess, Pavan, since you're the guest, you can start this one. It's called One Cube, Many Knockoffs, Quintillions of Possibilities.
All right. Oh, this is actually really bad.
Okay.
Contestants set Rubik's speed records using hot rod Chinese copies. Okay.
Alright, now we can go to
Okay.
the article.
Bangkok, world champion Michal Pleskovic presents a puzzle to makers of the Rubik's Cube. The Polish teenager recently won his title in Thailand, lining up all 6 colors on all 6 sides of the cube-shaped toy in an average time of 8.65 seconds. We can't compete with that. Is that griped? Is that the right word?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We can't compete with that. Griped Chrissy Trussell, vice president of Rubik's Cube's distributor, 7 Towns
Limited.
Limited. Okay. Oh my god, it's a picture of Ro when he was fat. Okay. Anyways,
Title?
Oh my god, it's
One
That's too
reason
long.
Mr. Pleskovich and a new generation of Rubik's fanatics can solve the notoriously difficult puzzle in record time. They don't use Rubik's Cubes at all, instead substituting souped-up Chinese knockoffs engineered for speed. The spread of these black market cubes challenges the London-based company with a marketing brain teaser. Should Seven Towns crack down on the pirated toys or piggyback on the phenomenon of competitive speed cubing? Hungarian inventor Erno Rubik's famous mechanical puzzle has gained a second wind in recent years. Silicon Valley entrepreneurs have adopted it as a symbol of geek chic. Celebrities including Justin Bieber and Will Smith show off their cube-solving
Oh my goodness,
skills.
the video of Justin Bieber solving the cube that everyone was like racing. It's like,
Oh,
how many cubes
yeah.
can he solve before he solves one?
The creme de la creme of the new wave, though, compete to solve the three-dimensional puzzle in the fastest time possible. They rely on high-performance copies bought online from underground Chinese designers. Underground. Seven Towns doesn't want these ersatz cubes.
I don't know.
Elbowing into the broader market. The closely held company sells about 10 million Rubik's Cubes annually. Should I popcorn it off to somebody else?
Sure, I
Alright.
guess I'll take it.
Yeah.
But the firm also sees how the spread of the turbocharged competition is boosting the popularity of the toy, which has sold an estimated 350 million units since it was introduced to the world in 1980. The pirated cubes are almost frictionless and bear as much resemblance to genuine Rubik's Cubes as NASCAR hot rods to family sedans.
I love the word hot rods.
Yeah, I don't know.
The blocks are sanded or configured to barely touch. This avoids cubes getting stuck during competitions, a dreaded hitch known by cubers as getting locked.
Getting lost.
Okay, I'll read one more paragraph. Many top competitors use cubes from Chinese designer Allison.
It's not even. I don't think that's even possible in Chinese.
Okay, from the Dion guy, online favorites carry such names as the Zanchi, or Spread Wings, and the Guhong, Lone Goose. Aficionados eagerly review and debate attributes of the models online in sites devoted to the practice. Mr. Bao declined to comment. Okay, Allison, you can continue.
The company is waging a complex cat and mouse legal battle with its Chinese competitors, spending $500,000 a year in legal fees to defend its global trademark and stop unauthorized cubes from reaching brick and mortar stores. David Headley Jones, the company's business development director, belongs to a European Union. China group on copyright infringement. China slow. Why did I say show? What? Trying to slow the spread of contraband cubes in Europe. We really spent a lot of time on this, he said, clearly. Seven Towns sponsored the Speed Cubing World Championships, an evolving showcase for knockoffs. Evolving showcase. Okay, to generate publicity for the real deal. There's a balance to be struck, but I think it's working, said Mike Moody, Seven Towns managing director.
We're all using
working.
Rubik's brands.
I don't
Spoiler
think it's
alert,
working.
Not working, by the way.
Okay, Ava, do you want to continue?
Many competitors fiddle constantly to build up dexterity and wear down stock cubes so they turn faster. It takes about a month to break in a brand new Rubik's Cube, said 23-year-old Australian Tim Mahan.
McMahon.
Mick Mahan.
Dude, somewhere Tim McMahon is complaining.
I've
that
heard of him
nobody
before.
remember. Really?
Yes.
Really?
Isn't it
Never
like
heard of this man before.
Mayan or something? I don't know. I'm that's how I always pronounce it in my head. Probably wrong.
Veterans describe a repetitive strain condition as Rubik's thumb, developed. I never heard of that.
What? Never heard of that.
Yeah, I got Rubik's thumb.
I got all the Rubik's
I hate it
thumb.
when I get Rubik's thumb.
Developed from trying to speed solve standard issue cubes.
That's just called your fingers hurting. I don't. Rubik's thumb.
So bad.
In the early days of speed cubing, the 1980s, pioneers first pried open cubes, sanded corners, and greased joints with globs of petroleum jelly to allow faster, smoother moves. The internet opened new possibilities. The ones you buy online come with springs and screws so you can adjust them, said former world champion Brandon, is it Valens?
Yeah.
Okay. From Scotland, who took up cubing to travel the world. There's less friction between...
It's not
I
true.
mean, because there's less friction because there is less contact area between the surfaces, even if they do sometimes fall apart.
Fall apart. Okay. They just
Brendan, what are you doing?
goodbye.
Okay,
We'll go
I
back,
guess-
I guess. One price of speed apparently is reliability. A competitor at the Bangkok Championships suffered a major breakdown when his cube popped in one heat, scattering dozens of pieces across the stage.
I'm just picturing some guy
Like breaking
cube-
down.
and just like terribly like crying.
Oh, wait, I think they're talking about. Felix popped a 7x7 in one of the rounds.
That was there.
Was that at
He didn't
Bangkok
break
Championships?
down though.
No,
Like,
no. I think they might be talking about a physical breakdown of the cube. I think it's just very. This writer is like a high school, maybe even a middle school kid writing an article.
Suffered
Like,
a
it's
major
so
breakdown.
bad.
Competitors prepared for the Bangkok finals like professional athletes. During the contest, many avoided eye contact with rivals and fidgeted on their CQs, building up rhythm and speed as they rattled through 50 or more memorized sequences of moves. There are, say mathematicians, 43 quintillion possible
Oh yeah,
combinations.
when I'm practicing, I just drill all my OLLs.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll start. Some wore headphones and listened to techno music. That's not legal.
Specifically techno
That's
music.
not comp legal.
How do you call me?
Mr. How do you pronounce it?
Leskovich.
Leskovich, okay. The 19-year-old world champion prefers Metallica. It helps build up the speed, he said. There are deviant competitions, including 5x5 and 8x8 cubes. Not true. Not true. Some
They're trying to
compete
count
blindfolded,
symbols.
one-handed, or try to see who requires the fewest possible moves. Researchers using computers at Google Incorporated last year calculated the absolute minimum was 20 moves.
Wait, the minimum was 20 moves?
the absolute
Wait a minute.
maximum.
Yeah, wait a second.
That's not how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess
Pavan, you
Pavan
can.
can-
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Oh,
there.
you just saw this hard name, so you decided to pop. I see how it is. Istvan Kocha, there we go, from Hungary, employed 22 moves at a contest in the Czech Republic last year. That was due to a very fortunate scramble that nobody had ever seen before, he said. Nobody has seen it before. In Budapest, meanwhile, the reclusive Mr. Rubik, 67 years old, is working on a new solution to the marketing problem. His own version of speed cubes to compete with the Chinese. No rush, though. We've been working on it for 5 years, said Janis Kovacs, chief executive at the Puzzle Masters Rubik Studio design firm.
Wait, when was this written?
Like a while ago, multiple years ago.
Oh,
It was published
like
in
2011.
December 14th, 2011.
Wait,
Okay.
so is that new thing the new?
It probably is. And
Probably.
it's still garbage. They worked
Yeah.
on it for 5 years,
That's
and that's
like-
the best they could do.
Yeah, that's not saying much for them. Like, if that takes 5 years, I wonder how long it would take to make a good
I mean,
speed
come
cube.
on. Like, we were just talking about the frequency of cubes. Moyu's, like, releasing cubes every couple months.
Yeah, and they're all better
And
than
they're all,
Rubik's
they're all
Cube.
better
Yeah.
than Rubik's.
Even their budget cube, what was it? The Guanlong is better than
Is
the
better
Rubik's.
than
That's
the
how you
Rubik's.
know.
Yeah, I forget who it was who said this. Like, I'm just taking this quote from somebody else completely, like these words. But somebody said, like, it's a good point. Rubik's brand cubes are made to not break when a 5-year-old drops them. So, like, you know, that's because they're selling them in stores. So, like, you know, if a 5-year-old goes to buy a new Rubik's Speed Cube or something, and then they drop it on the ground and it breaks, or, like, they throw it at their friends or something, I don't know, then, like, it might break, and that's not good for them.
I don't
But,
know.
like, Speed
I
Cubes,
broke many
I don't know.
Rubik's brands. I remember, like, when I was a kid, even before I cubed. I specifically remember one time I threw a Rubik's brand, like, from the second floor of my house. But, like, that broke. You know what I mean? That's the, yeah, see, like, that's the kind of thing that people do.
No, we did that on purpose, though.
Oh, never mind.
We threw a new Rubik's brand on the ground because I had an extra one and we wanted to see what
Yeah.
happened, and it shattered.
Yeah, but like, you know, the thing with speed cubes is they're more fragile. So like,
Yeah.
if Rubik's did try to make a good speed cube, I don't know. They might have to market it as such.
That's what they do.
because,
They
I
have
don't
they
know.
have
They
nowadays
have the
they have
Rubik's
yeah
Cube
they have
Cube.
the new
Well,
Rubik's.
yeah.
It's called
It's
the new original.
Very
Rubik's
expensive
Cube.
for
They
a
have the
cube
speed
that is
cube,
not
yeah.
much better than like a Moyu. That's
Yeah.
not any better really than
Yeah.
a Moyu.
We also River Hill does this cube relay with Rubik's brands because it's like part of this local competition we have.
Okay.
But we found out that the only difference between their speed cube and the regular cube
Yeah.
is that the center caps are removable on the speed cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And there's actually
And there's actually a screw
there's a way to
inside.
get around it. Yeah.
there is.
Yeah. I
Oh.
think I made a video about it a year ago. But yeah, River Hill, we wanted to tension our normal cubes, and we spent like a week, and we found out a way to pop off the center caps.
Okay.
So yeah.
If we find that video,
But I
link it in
think
the show
some
notes.
some of them actually have plastic rivets, so you actually can't even tension.
Oh yeah,
really?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
some
No,
of the
the
new
ones,
ones.
all the ones we had, we were able to
Yeah.
like you
Yeah, there was
disassemble
actually a
the
screw
cube, and then
inside.
you like it's really ghetto.
I don't get why they would do that though. Like, why wouldn't they make it adjustable? Because like,
I guess it's for like going with what you said. So like a 5-year-old, if
Yeah.
he drops it, like if it's easy to remove off the center cap,
That's
they could
true.
just pop off, and then they might need to like, you know, whatever.
yeah,
Like when I drop a cube and the center cap falls off, people are like, "Oh my god, you broke it!" I was
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
it's okay. I'm just
One
putting them
time-
back on.
One time when I was in middle school, there was this girl who was like this friend of some other girl who was a cuber, and she took my cube that somebody else just finished solving or whatever. So she took my cube and she looked at it. It was a Zanchi. It was my main at the time, and she just stared at it for a couple seconds, and then she like slammed it on the ground, and like 5 center caps flew everywhere. It didn't actually pop though, so that. But it was like, okay,
That's
why are
pretty
you doing that?
impressive.
That's not even yours. I don't know. It was pretty weird.
That
But,
is pretty weird.
Yeah, so that was a pretty fun article, though.
Yeah, that was
Crack down on those
oh
black
boy.
market
yeah,
hot
those
rods.
black
I
market
don't-
hot rod cubes.
I think fact-based. It was pretty fact-based, aside from like the 8x8, and then like there were
Yeah.
some things that were kind of off, but like I think the bigger problem was like pretty poorly written.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
I don't know, it was
Yeah.
painful to read that.
Also, you're not allowed to listen to music during
I
competition.
think they might have been trying to say like while they were warming up.
That's
Yeah.
probably it,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I can't imagine Michal Pleskovic being like, yeah, by the way, definitely include that I listen
Yeah.
to music while I cube.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's the end, right?
Yeah.
So that's the end of that last segment, cubing in the news. That was really fun. If you find any terribly written or just terrible articles about cubing, leave them in the comments below. So yeah, big thanks to Pavan for being on the podcast. This was really fun. But yeah, so now it's time to announce our next guest. So drum roll, please.
So loud.
Wait, now I'm supposed to say it, right? Okay. So our next guest is Andrew from Colorful Pockets. So if you have any questions for him, make sure to leave them in the comments, and we will ask them if they're good and stuff.
And
So
make them good because we
Yeah.
didn't have that
Yeah.
many this time.
we didn't have that many this time, yeah, so ask good questions. So thank you for listening to this episode of the Dlsone podcast. Thanks again to Pavan for being on. It was really fun. So yeah, make sure to like and comment and stuff. I don't know how Adam does this, and he's not here right now, so
All right, I'll close it off. Subscribe to AMRES, AMRESS. Make sure you check out thecubicle.us. That's all I wanted to say.
yeah, so make sure to like, subscribe to Amorous and all of us. Yeah, okay, so that's about it. Thanks for listening.
Okay, bye.